So the reason I wrote about the lobsters in particular is to show that even among crustaceans from whom we diverged 350 million years ago, there's hierarchy and inequality, and that their nervous systems are adapted to that, and so are ours, and that they're even adapted using the same neurochemical structures and emotional responses. That's a third of a billion years old. You don't blame something that's a third of a billion years old on capitalism.
My big problem with the lobsters is that it's scientifically bollocks, right? It's just, you cannot read across from lobsters and what they do to what humans do.
Of course you can. That's why serotonin works on lobsters.
But it works in two different ways. So if serotonin makes lobsters more aggressive, it makes humans less aggressive, right? That's what happens.
No, that's not right.
That
serotonin makes human beings more dominant but less aggressive. And the only reason it makes them more dominant is because they're less irritable and they're less defensively aggressive. So it's not bollocks. I know my neurochemistry. So if you're going to play neurochemistry, let's go and do it.
Jordan Peterson, the absolute GOAT, is telling us that lobsters are very similar to us because of neurochemistry and hierarchy. I could not agree more. I honestly think that we don't stress enough how much your social status is going to affect your life. And most of the cases you don't even know about it. So I was standing in a line in a shoe shop, I guess. Yeah, that was it. And there was a guy in front of me, and he was tall and he was actually good looking, quite a nice guy. He was dressed as a worker, so you could already, as I looked at him, I was like, yes, he's working somewhere, construction site, something like that. And I was getting, closer to the counter, and he was standing there, and as I stepped closer, I just was like, oh, alcohol and cigarettes hit me immediately. And what I thought inside of me, there was a voice, my God, I feel so sorry for him that he does feel this way about himself, because obviously he was kind of like an alcoholic. It was like 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Bear with me, I have a point. So my point is that probably he doesn't even know why he's drinking, smoking. Because drinking, smoking, alcohol, drugs, anything that is destructive is basically your feeling of not loving yourself enough, or not respecting yourself enough, or have this deep feeling inside of you that you want to be something else, or you just want your life go sideways. That's why we drink, that's why we self-destruct, I think. And some people don't even know why they do it. They can't even tell you what was the point when they became like this. And they have very little self-respect. They have very little need for learning or for bettering themselves. And I never understood where this is coming from. It must be a childhood trauma or something. And most of the time, it could be that, but most of the time, it's not even that. It's the social status, their status in society, and their reflection of themselves based on society. If we think about it, addiction is basically you not being able controlling yourself. You don't have a grip. It's like it's a wild horse, it's out of control. And I honestly think that social status, your social status, has a lot to do with it. And I also think I'm a social status pro, because I've been down and up, and I've done so many things in my life, like honestly. So I really do feel different levels. And how do you feel on different levels in society when you're at somewhere low, or where you're somewhere higher? And when you're young, or when you just simply don't know about this, you don't understand that if you want to avoid feeling like an outcast or feeling like a broken lowlife, really, you either have to be very, very strong. You have to kind of be like a really, really strong person inside. Like no matter what happens, you are going to carry on with your goals and you are going to make something of yourself which you could respect. It's not even about what they signal back to you in society. It's about you inside. Whether you feel that you don't give a damn what other people's talking behind your back, in front of you, doesn't matter, because you know that you're okay. When you reach this point, I promise you, you are no longer an addict anymore. Because you just know you're fine. You don't care. But if you can't do that, then you must work toward a goal. So you reach a point where you feel like, okay, I'm done. This is my social status. I like to be here. I wanted to be here now. I'm here. I'm not giving this up. The other thing is many people stay at strong places simply because they don't want to give up status. And that's a whole another thing. And it's valid as well. In a sense, valid in a sense that there are many people who are not willing to give up status for other benefits and actually can be dangerous. You know, it's really funny because I thought once in my life that I reached my destination. I really thought that, okay, now I have it. It was a career. I felt like this is going to be fulfilling. This is going to be what I wanted. This is socially perfect. And you know what happened? COVID happened. And I had to be vaccinated. And I said, and I was fired. So guess what? This thing moved me into a direction which is a lot more fulfilling than I ever thought I could be in my life. And I'm truly, honestly happy, and I feel like I'm on my path now. And you know what happened to people who I know who were very respected in their career, in society, and they were told also that you must get a shot to remain here, to work here. And they got a shot, regardless of multiple sicknesses that they already had. You know what happened to them? They got even more sick. And I mean it. Like, didn't you say something? And I was like, I said it. You know what? This is a point where I'm saying I'm not going to sacrifice my health and well-being for a social status, a steady income, or for anybody on this earth. Never going to happen. And this is why I'm truly happy. Social status is not everything. We are wired to feel like it is, but it's not. So I think you just have to be strong. Strong, very strong, here and here. Have a nice day.